All right, this is a Christmas tree. It's beautiful, don't it? It looks very good. The question I want to ask is that Christ said he is the light of the world. Matthew 5:16. And he said that he is the salt of the world. When you go into the sanctuary, you will recognize that in the sanctuary, you will notice that we have 7 candlesticks, right? In Revelation chapter 1, there Christ identified the 7 stars and the 7 candlesticks. When John was writing Revelation chapter 1, he looked back and he saw the 7 candlesticks. Who did he see in the 7 candlesticks? And he identified him. Daniel also said have something to say on that. Now, Christ in Leviticus chapter 6, verse 7, the scriptures say that the priest was given strict order not to let the light go out in the temple, meaning that Christ's light should not go out. Now, when we lit up these pagan holidays, when the entire earth wander after the beast, question I want to ask, why did they have a Christmas tree? And what is the significance? Is it telling us that the Christmas tree presents itself as the light of the world? Is it that when the choral is sing it, they identify the Christmas tree as very important? And so when we lit our Christmas tree, are we saying, I'm asking a question, are we saying that this represents the true light of the world? And we can get rid of Jesus. And we can say Mary is more important than Jesus. But we lift up the Christmas tree. When we light it, it lights up the world. Does the Christmas tree represent Christ? Or does this 7 candlestick in the center represent Christ? And as the pen of inspiration said that in the beginning to the end, Satan counterfeit everything that God has done or created. And so is this question I'm asking, what can you do a research and find out what it represents? Jeremiah chapter 10 has something to say about one go and cut it out, the tree from out of the hills, and decorate with silver and gold. And the Bible said the heathen practice these things. Can you imagine the amount of money and royalties that gain from buying Christmas tree every Christmas? Christmas Day fall on Sunday. And all who go to church on Sunday, would it be more paramount and more important for you to celebrate Christmas on Sunday, the day that you worship? And remember, it is Christ's Mass, not Christmas. So if you look at it, then I think Sunday would be a better day for you to celebrate Christmas. Why move it to the first working day of the week and not Sunday as your worshiping day? Why do it on that day? But in Revelation 16, right, the scripture says, the fourth plague, right, that God is going to cause the sun to scorch men with fire. Why? Is it because people worship on Sunday? Is it because people worship the sun god Messiah? Is it because people worship these images and these idolatrous move? Why God is going to do that? Do your research. Go to Google and read the 66 book of the Bible. When you're going to do a study, you look with candlestick in the Bible represent, and do your research and find out if man rule or man ideas and man ways of thinking is to get rid of Christ out of the picture, and the Christmas tree would represent something different. I'm not saying anything, I'm asking a question. So all over the globe, those who listen to this channel, can you make a comments? I need to know. I don't know. I am learning. Teach me. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. Do not be confused. Do not be deluded. Right? Because Christ know whether or not if you know. He said, I know that you know. You can't tell Christ you don't know. He know if you know, because he can read your mind. Beautiful Christmas tree, yes. But what is it true? What does it really represent? You see, with me, if I'm going to school, I like to be very, if you want to call it, nosy, or I should have to know things for myself. So when other people is doing other things, I am doing a different research. That's when I come up with my thing. It's always a little more in-depth than others, because I always try to think out of the box. Yes. Please. This holiday called Christmas is a nice holiday. It feels very good. You can meet your family, you can move around. You can go to the parties, you can go to the movies, you can dress a certain way. You have a lot of leisure time. But the Bible talks about idle talk and coarse jesting, do it. And in Matthew 12:36 it said that every idle word that a man speaks shall give against him in the day of judgment. So I'm just here to find out what this Christmas tree that we have in our houses and all over. Jeremiah talks about the Eden did it. Whether the text is talking about Christmas or not, what it is saying, that they cut out the tree and decorate it. And we are doing that. And the exact thing that God said we shouldn't do, that's what we are doing. So I'm asking every men and women, and those who call themselves Christian, to research it and see whether or not this is doing some good to us, or we are worshiping idol instead of God. Satan won't worship, you know. The whole idea of Satan is to get worship, and any way he can get worship, he will take it. You have a blessed day. Thank you for listening. If you agree, subscribe. If you don't agree, subscribe. But leave your comments at the bottom of the video so I can respond. And I'm going to do my research. You do your research too. Just ask him some questions. God bless you.